Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. I'm Emmanuel, I'm an Airbus pilot, and welcome back to the Fenix Airbus A320. Today we're going to fly from Aerosoft's Frankfurt to Greece Birmingham, which is a 1 hour and 20-minute flight in the Lufthansa Airbus A320. Before we start, a quick message from today's sponsor and then we'll get straight into it. If you're looking for an ATC add-on that can not just do your standard IFR A to B flight but also other things such as data link or VFR, and even a cabin crew simulation, then look no further than Say Intentions AI. We'll be using them throughout the video, so if you like what you're about to see, then check them out in the link in the pinned comment or the video description below. And with that out of the way, let's get straight into it. We're going to start by analyzing our flight plan, and here it is. We're going to depart Frankfurt on runway 07 today with a northbound departure and then eventually cross the Dutch-Belgian border, crossing the English Channel, and then finally into Birmingham. The weather today is actually fairly good. As you can see, there is just nothing on the significant weather chart at all. Looking into the airport weather, Frankfurt, clear skies and northeasterly winds, suggesting runway 07 center for today's departure, and Birmingham has excellent weather conditions as well. First of all, Manchester is superb as well, so that's pretty much everything we can say about the weather. Starting with our flight plan then, we are departing Frankfurt as Lufthansa 5 Romeo Tango on the A320 with CFM 56 engines. An on-time departure means an on-time arrival at Costinx 21. Throttle 380 is the planned cruising level today, and we are not critical with any of our weights. Now going down a little bit to the fuel section. 5.8 is the minimum takeoff fuel plus 200 taxi makes 6 tons. And I honestly don't see any reason to take more than that, so 6,000 kilos of fuel it is. With that decided, let's get straight into our aircraft and start preparing for today's flight. So we're going to take a seat on the captain's seat of the A320 over here. Starting with the preliminary pre-flight procedure, the engine master levers are off, mode selector norm, weather radar is turned off, landing gear lever down, and the wipers are off. Batteries are on with more than 25.5 volts, we're operating on the external power, and here's one specialty of today's parking stand. Alpha 34 in the real world has just gotten an upgrade, and they run a trial with an air conditioning unit at this stand. So it's 24 degrees outside, and for that we definitely want to have some air conditioning. But today we don't need the APU since we do have the packs. Nonetheless, we are going to do the APU fire test as that's standard procedure at this time of the flight. That's looking good. The 8 gears, I'm just going to do a quick realignment over here, off and on again, like that. Alright, then let's head down into our electronic flight bag. Import the flight plan, that's looking good. Ground services and mass and balance. So for the fuel, 6,000 kilos is planned. The rest is looking good the way it is. Then we can go for apply and load with GSX for both boarding and refueling. Alright, now that this is in progress, let's go ahead and continue with our procedures. So, first of all, let's do the recall. Hold that for 3 seconds. Like this, and that's looking normal. Lovely. Okay, the aircraft's technical status, A321-200 CFM engines, no automatic nav on go around on this one, and we've got no OEBs, nothing in the logbook, perfect aircraft. Now let's go over into the EFB once again and do our preliminary takeoff calculation here. Frankfurt 7 center, dry, synchronize the preliminary load sheets and the weather, and then let's go for the intersections and we'll calculate with Lima 16. So this actually gives us some good data over here. Flaps 1, 66 degrees of trim, speeds are looking good, and stop margin 488 meters. I'm absolutely happy with that, and then we can finish our EFB preparations by going down into Frankfurt. Sits are selected, runway 07 center, procedures echo, yep, that is looking good. So we don't need you today, don't have any such aircraft. Okay, ground chart is selected, and then we can also select the APC East, and that is everything we need. Lovely, so our EFB is done, then let's move straight over again. Oxygen pressure 1800 psi is good, hydraulic quantities are good, Engine oil quantities are good. Flaps are retracted, that agrees with the levers. Ball is retracted. Park and brake off, let's test the alternate brakes. And that's looking good. Alright, and parking brakes set again. Now let's go to the overhead and ensure that the lights are turned on. And as they are, we can now head out for our walk around. So follow me. Now, in the real world, Lufthansa crews in Frankfurt do get in and out of the airplane through the aft door. Catering is still in progress in the back over there as well. Okay, so we are just going to go out over here. We imagine that here are stairs. Unfortunately, in the sim there aren't, because whenever GSX is enabled, they just disable them. Yeah, we'll have to live with that. In any case, let's continue with the walk around. So, since we got out in the back over here, that's where we'll start it as well. But just one quick thing here. Let's get over to the fueling panel and ensure that the correct quantity is selected. Yeah, 6,000 is looking good. Gonna make it 6.1, just to be safe that they actually upload what we need. Alright then, now let's start our walk around. The trailing edge is looking very good, so is the landing gear. There is no sign of any damages, and well, the brakes are rather worn. Hopefully we will get them replaced within the next week or so, otherwise they are definitely gonna run out. Okay then, let's check the trailing edge for any sign of bird strike damage or anything that could possibly have a negative impact on our flight. Good old wingtip fences over here. Nav lights are working. We can almost see the white cross, we'll imagine so. Alright, leading us down to the engine. Checking the aft part of the engine, everything's clear. Checking the reverser doors, everything's clear. The bottom of the engine's looking good as well. Well, with the fan rotating like this, I'm definitely not gonna reach into there. Leading edge is good, then let's walk up to the front. So, static ports are undamaged, AOA vane is good as well. Then let's have a look at the landing gear, the nose landing gear. Looks a lot better than it would look like after I've landed it, but we're gonna change that today. Alright, so oxygen discharge disc is green, the pedostatics are clear, the tap probe is good, static port is good over here. Then a quick look from the front, and our airplane is looking very good. Catering's just finished in the front, excellent. So, pedo tube is fine, tap probe is fine, and the static ports are in good condition. Then the leading edge is fine. Getting to the second engine, checking for any possible damages here. Can't check the fan blades since the wind is leading them to windmill. The hatches at the bottom are clear, and it doesn't look like there would be any fluids dripping out, no oil leaks or something, so that's very good. Okay, the aft part of the engine is looking good as well. Then we can head around the engine and walk up the wing. Cross-checking the wingtip, the green nav light, and, well, that was close. Almost wrecked our airplane. Okay, so, getting around the aft part of the wing, checking the trailing edges, and everything is clear. Then let's have a look at the landing gear. And again, everything's clear, the brake wear indicator pins are good, no sign of any leakages, no sign of any damage to the tires or the general assembly. No bird strike damage. Lovely. Okay then, let's continue on to the aft part of the airplane. The outflow valve is open and in good shape. Leading edge of the stabilizer is good. Vertical stabilizer is good. Our static dischargers are in place, both here as well as on the top. We've got one illuminated nav light back here. No signs of any tail strike damage or something. And the stabilizer is looking good over here as well. Okay, so now we would actually need some stairs to get back inside, so I'll just press Shift C to get us back into the cockpit. Well, and here we are. So far everything is looking good. We've got 15 minutes to our departure, so boarding should hopefully be underway in a few moments. Yeah, then we can start our cockpit preparation procedure. So that's looking good, no white lights. Seatbelts are coming on since refueling is completed. Let's turn the batteries off and on again and check the elect page, and it's charging just fine. Lovely. So since refueling is complete, the fuel pumps are going on. Then we can do the engine fire tests. Engine number 1 is looking good, and engine number 2 is also looking good. Lovely. On the right hand side everything is set. We don't have any cargo temperature controls, unfortunately. I do believe Lufthansa has them in the real world, and the after overhead panel is all good as well. Good, leading us to the front of the airplane, where we can start by checking our weather. And Frankfurt offers 030 at 15, 24 degrees, 1020. So 1020 is set, DCD is set, no field steering and is get on. Frequencies, delivery is going to be 122035, like this, and then ground 121805 with same tensions. In the real world you would be on the apron frequency 121855, but yep, it's a little bit different over here. Okay, so weather radar tilt system is in up, the rest of the radar is looking good though. And let's see, multiscan, auto, GCS auto, gain calibrated. Weather radar itself is off, and weather, turbulence and hazard is selected, looks good. Thrust lever idle, down here everything's set, on the right side everything's set, and then we can go straight down into the FMS. Alright, so I will be using my WinWing MCDU to control this, but I will be talking about what I'm doing, so that you guys can follow. So let's go into the ATSU. Then we go on to AOC menu, flight init, wait for the flight number to arrive. At least it should do that automatically, but I think it only does on the FS Labs, not on the Fenix. In any case, init data is requested, and here we go. Lufthansa 5 Romeo Tango, Frankfurt, Birmingham, alternate Manchester, 1 hour and 20 minutes trip. Okay, so let's go to data, aircraft status, and check, read, understand, and then clear all these scratchpad messages. It's an A320-200 CFM56 engines, enough database is up to date. Then let's go to init and do the init request. And the data should arrive any moment now. Here it is, Frankfurt, Birmingham, alternate Manchester. Call sign D Lufthansa 5 Romeo Tango. Cost index 21, cruise level 380, and the temperature up there is -55. Right, ground temperature 24. Okay, so flight plan Frankfurt, departure 07 center, and we've got the Oboka. Is it Oboka? Yes, it is. Oboka to Echo. Okay, and insert. Now for the arrival, Birmingham. Runway 33 seems to be active at the moment. Our star is going to be the Hamel 1 Bravo. And there is no VIA available there, which is fine, so we'll just insert this. Now let's go to data, next page, pilot waypoint, and we'll enter the FRA X1, which is based on EDDF 07 center /066 /25 miles, and store that one. Now let's go to secondary, copy active. We've got Frankfurt Emergency 1, enter, holding, 066, enter, and then let's go onto the lateral revision, new destination Frankfurt, and then we'll do arrival ILS 07 right. Okay, good, so that stuff is in here. Then let's go back to flight plan, and the fix info, EDDF 07 center, radial 66, and Frankfurt X1 for the reference fix. Good. So now data, pilot route, and we'll call this one Frankfurt Birmingham, and store. Doesn't work? Okay, bug. So then, init, next page. Let's continue. Zero fuel weight is 59.3, and we don't have a load sheet yet, so CG 25. 6 tons block fuel, 10 knots headwind on average, and then the fuel figures, alternate 1.1, final 1.1, and contingency 0.3. Taxi 0.2 is good, and that gives us 300 kilos, 8 minutes extra time. Now let's go to the performance figures and grab them from the EFB. Flaps 1, 66 degrees. So 166, and our speed's 47, 47, 48. Alright, reduction in acceleration 1000 each, engine out acceleration 1500 is good, there is no need to pre-select anything, and then Frankfurt 07 center into the progress page. Here we go. So, optimum 360, maximum 384, cruise 380. Well, the A320 is not exactly accurate with the optimum prediction, so normally it's like 2000 higher, so 380 from SimBrief is probably actually going to be good. Now let's go back to the flight plan page and start to cross-check our departure. So, plan mode with constraints, please. We're departing straight ahead to Delta Foxtrot 139er, then a left turn Delta Foxtrot 146, above 1430, maximum 210. And that's what we've got in here. Thereafter continue via Odaga, Kuzon, Gubax. And let's see, we've got Odaga, Kuzon, Gubax. And thereafter via Ravki, Ditam, Oboka. And we have Ravki, Ditam, and Oboka. Lovely, so that's our FMS preparation completed. So you down here can have the flight plan. Okay, so up here QNH will be 1020, arc mode, VOR on both sides, initial climb, probably flight level 70, and over here the same stuff. Ground from flight deck. Mind your ears, oxygen test. Okay. So, company message. Let's see what they sent us. Add to AOC menu received messages. Load sheets, 2 of them. Ignore that one. And that's preliminary edition number 2, 0 fuel 59.3 on the Zulu Delta 2 pilots 4 cabin crew. Takeoff fuel looks correct, weight looks correct, the rest all looks correct, with 160 passengers on board. So portable water is full and fuel in tank 6000, except that's looking good so far. Okay, lovely. So with that out of the way, let's see if we can just get an ATIS. So VATSIM, looking for EGDF, departure. Unfortunately, the Fenix still can't request the same tensions ATIS. I hope that's going to be added soon. So, ATIS, Frankfurt Information Lima, Roman News 07 Center and 18. 18, expect possible departure from Mike. Tailwind component, runway 18 more than 10, advise ATC, yeah, that's not going to be a problem. Temperature 23, QNH 1020, NOSIC. Information Lima out. Okay, so let's go to ATC request, pre-departure clearance, ATIS Lima, our gate number is Alpha 34, and the station will be Frankfurt. Okay, so Frankfurt, Birmingham, Lufthansa 5 Romeo Tango, Alpha 34, ATIS Lima, Gude, A320, Station Frankfurt. Looks good? Send. Alright, lovely. So, pre-departure clearance, request received, standby. Thank you. And then we have another load sheet, and this time it's the final one. And look at that, the doors are actually getting closed already. I think I heard a difference in the air conditioning as well. They might have pulled off the air conditioning unit. So let's start the APU. And then let's cross-check the load sheet. So, zero fuel weight is 59.2, that's down 100. And we have a CG of 31.2.
Ladies and gentlemen, Welcome aboard Lufthansa Flight 956.
So 6 tons fuel gives me takeoff weight of 65 tons, and that looks correct, except 160 guests plus 2 infants. Alright, lovely. So then let's see if we uplink the latest. There's actually no change at all. Downtrim 0.3. And here's our clearance, but let's finish the performance first. So slash down 0.3, and here we go. Okay, so our clearance is here. Let's see, clear to Birmingham, Oboka to Echo departure, maintain 7000. Departure on 118505, squawk 4455, expect runway 7 center. 7 center, Oboka to Echo is confirmed, and then the squawk is 4455. Alright, cool. 18505 is noted. Send the clearance confirmation. And as a reminder, I'm going to tune that on VHF 3 standby. Okay, good. So APU is here, then let's check with ground. Ground flight deck. Did you guys already remove the external power? Now we did. Okay, thanks. You can disconnect the GPU now as well, and then we are ready to go up here. So prepare for pushback and departure, please. Alright, so far so good. Then let's make sure they disconnect the ground power, which they do now, and then we can call for pushback and startup. In the meantime though, let's actually do the departure briefing first and say hello to our guests. Okay, we're departing Frankfurt, runway 07 center, Oboka to Echo departure, and initial climb 7000, contact departure on or MSA 3000, sorry, 4300 with the mountains in the north. Extra fuel and time, let's see, is 300 kilos, 9 minutes. Alright, thank you for that. We are going to taxi runway 07 center. Hotspots is anything that has wheels on this entire airport, so very good look outside, make sure that they don't run us over and that we don't run them over. Now, our stop margin for rejected takeoff is
Link 3, November 7, Lufthansa 713.
496 meters, and engine outside straight at 25 miles to the Frankfurt emergency 1 point. If you need to make an immediate return, we're below the max landing weight, so it's possible at any time. Runway 07 right is programmed and prepared. Well, and then I've got nothing special or non-standard. Anything from your side? No? Lovely, so that's a briefing complete. Cockpit preparation checklist, please. And we do have that in the EFB, so I am going to use that. So, gear pins and covers removed. Fuel quantity, that's 6,060 kilograms balanced. Seatbelts on, ADRs, nav, and barrel ref QNH 1020. Cockpit preparation checklist complete. Liebe Fluggäste, einen schönen guten Tag aus dem Cockpit. Hier spricht Ihr Kapitän. Mein Name ist Emanuel. Im Namen der Lufthansa darf ich Sie herzlich an Bord unseres Airbus A320 auf diesem Flug nach Birmingham begrüßen. Flugzeit heute 1 Stunde und 20 Minuten. Wir erwarten einen ruhigen Flug in einer Höhe von ca. 12.000 Metern. Lehnen Sie sich zurück, genießen den Flug und sobald wir unsere Anlassfreigabe erhalten haben, werden wir dann auch die Triebwerke starten und uns auf den Weg machen. Vielen Dank für Ihre Aufmerksamkeit und noch einmal herzlich willkommen an Bord. Ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon from the flight deck. This is your captain speaking. My name is Emanuel, and in the name of Lufthansa, I would like to welcome you aboard our Airbus A320 on our flight to Birmingham. Today's flight time will be around 1 hour and 20 minutes, expecting a smooth flight in 38,000 feet. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight with us, and as soon as we have received our startup clearance, we will start the engines and taxi out for a southerly departure today. Thank you very much, and we look forward to flying you today. Okay, so that's dealt with. flight deck door is closed, then let's get the pushback clearance. So, ground flight, are you ready for push? Yes, Captain, we are. Thanks, we'll call for clearance.
Lufthansa 67 November, cleared for push and start.
Push and start approved. Lufthansa 67 November.
Frankfurt, apron, Lufthansa 5 Romeo Foxtrot. Request pushback and startup. That's 5 Romeo Tango, but let's see if he recognizes anyway.
Lufthansa 5 Romeo Tango, pushback and startup approved. Face west.
Pushback and startup approved, facing west, Lufthansa 5 Romeo Tango.
Lufthansa 9er Kilo
Okay, ground
X-ray
flight,
request
push start
push and
approved,
start.
face west, parking brake set.
Lufthansa 9er Kilo X-ray cleared for push and start.
Push and start approved.
Thank you, and the
Lufthansa
parking
9er
brake
Kilo
is now
X-ray.
released. So, before start checklist,
Lufthansa 612, taxi to runway
Parking
7
brake.
center via
Release,
N8
takeoff
Orange,
speed and
November
thrust.
8, November
147,
15, Lima 20.
148, flex 66.
7 center
Windows
via N8 Orange, November 8,
are
November,
closed,
November
and the beacon
15,
on
Lima
before
20,
start
Cabin is
checklist.
ready
Lufthansa
for
612.
Ground from cockpit.
Cabin crew.
So we're ready for
All
engine
doors
start
and
in
flight
sequence
cross-check.
1, then 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard Lufthansa.
Saudia 168, contact tower on 118.705.
Okay, stand by.
And I am your purser for this.
And you clear to start engine
We're
number
also
1.
joined by Captain Emmanuel and First
Starting
Officer
one.
Dolomiti 1 Hotel November, give way to the Lufthansa ahead.
Anna, Felix,
Engine
and
1
Sophie.
start.
Giving way to the Lufthansa A350 Dolomiti 1 Hotel November.
Now let's go over some important safety information. Please ensure your seatbelts are
Lufthansa 03 Charlie, give way to the company A350 on your left.
Insert the metal fitting into the buckle.
Will give way to the company A350, Lufthansa 03 Charlie.
In the unlikely event of a loss of cabin pressure, oxygen masks will drop from the panel above you.
Lufthansa 67 November, taxi to runway 7 center via November 5, November 15, Lima 20.
Remember to put your own mask on.
7
before
center via
assisting
November
others.
5, November,
We
November
also have
15,
life
Lima
vests
20, Lufthansa 67 November.
To use the life
Lufthansa
vest,
9er Kilo
hold out
X-ray
the
ready to
center of your
taxi.
head and pull the straps to tighten. Inflate it by pulling the red tabs or by blowing into the tubes. In the event of
Lufthansa
Starting
9er
number
Kilo
1, starting
X-ray,
engine number
taxi
2.
to runway 7 center
Muted.
via November 8,
And the push is
November
completed. Check your
15,
brakes.
Lima 20.
emergency exits located at the front.
Parking brake set.
7 center via November 8, November, November 15, Lima 20, Lufthansa 9er Kilo X-ray.
May be behind you. We expect our flight time to be approximately 1 hour and 20 minutes, cruising at an altitude of 38,000 feet. As a reminder, all food, drinks, and Wi-Fi services are cashless, so please have your payment methods ready. We will be serving Bavarian pretzels for €4.50 and Franziskaner wheat beer for €4.90. Thank you for your attention, and we hope you have a pleasant flight.
Okay, so they're removing the tuck finally. We've got 2 good engine starts. Please prepare the airplane for taxi. See you on the left hand side with the pin and have a good day. Bye bye. So it's not that hot. I think we can turn off pack number 2. And that's
Lufthansa
the
806,
thing
contact
on the
tower on
stage. Good.
124.005.
So, there's a tuck, he has a tow bar, there's a ramp agent with a pin and the clear signal. So, after
Lufthansa
contact
713, give way to the company 20N on your right.
That's
Giving way to the company 20 and Lufthansa
29%, rudder trim
713.
neutral, and that's our after start checklist complete. Lufthansa 5 Romeo Tango, request taxi.
Lufthansa 5 Romeo Tango, taxi to runway 7 center via November 7, link 3, November 8, November 16, Lima 21.
Lufthansa 5 Romeo Tango, taxi runway 07 center via November 7, link 3, November 8, November 16, Lima 21. Okay, the left side's clear, the right side's clear. Park and brake released. Let's go. Brake check. Pressure 0. Okay, November 7, link 3, November 8. That is basically straight ahead and then follow this Lufthansa over there. We will do the flight control check once we're on November. So link 3 straight ahead.
Lufthansa 2 Romeo Kilo ready to taxi.
Left side's clear, right side's clear.
Lufthansa 2 Romeo Kilo, taxi to runway 7 center via November 5, November 15, Lima 20.
7 center via November 5, November 15, Lima 20, Lufthansa 2 Romeo Kilo.
Okay, clear on the left side and clear on the right side. So we continue via November 16 into Lima 21. That's basically the full length. Both sides clear. Alright, so flight controls. Full up. Full down. Neutral. Full left. Full right. Neutral. Rudder. Full left.
Air
Full
China
right.
958 contact tower on
Neutral.
124.005.
Switching to tower.
Okay,
Air
I've got
China
no changes
958.
to the takeoff briefing. So squawk is in, weather radar,
Lufthansa 4 Hotel Foxtrot ready
is
for push and
on,
start.
and takeoff config.
Lufthansa 4 Hotel Foxtrot, pushback approved.
Push and start approved. Lufthansa 4
Okay,
Hotel
so
Foxtrot.
taxi checklist please. Flight controls checked, flap setting, config 1+F, radar and predictive wind shear on and auto, engine mode selector, norm, ICA memo, takeoff, no blue. Taxi checklist complete. Well, and since it seems like
Lufthansa
it's
33
rather
Tango ready
busy
for push
today,
and start.
I will accelerate this a little bit,
Lufthansa
and then
33
I
Tango,
see you at the
pushback
holding point when we are actually ready for a soon-ish departure.
Lufthansa 5 Romeo Tango, roger, cleared for takeoff runway 07 center.
Ah, we probably waited for the inbound over there. They need to be a bit careful with those. Lufthansa 5 Romeo Tango, runway 07 center, cleared for takeoff. Could have done that straight away. Okay. Cabin crew, prepare for departure. Lineup checklist. Takeoff runway 07 center via Lima 20. TCAS, Tara, PAX 1 and 2 off. Lineup checklist complete. Are you ready to go? I take that as a yes.
Lufthansa 5 Romeo Tango, runway 07C, wind 020 at 14, cleared for takeoff.
07 center cleared for takeoff, Lufthansa 5 Romeo Tango. Now he's probably realized that there is
On
no other
runway
aircraft on here.
07 center.
Takeoff. Manflag 66, SRS, runway auto thrust blue. And thrust is set.
Austrian 2 Bravo Charlie, contact ground on
That's checked.
121.805.
1, rotate. Positive climb, gear up. Enough, checked. So, beautiful look outside. And beautiful performance since Aerosoft updated Frankfurt to 1.1.
Lufthansa 5 Romeo Tango, contact departure on 118.505.
118.505 Lufthansa 5 Romeo Tango. Thrust line, climb, auto thrust. So, let's keep the flaps. Long radar, Lufthansa 5 Romeo Tango, passing 2,400, climbing 70.
Lufthansa 5 Romeo Tango, Frankfurt departure identified. Climb flight level 070.
Maintain flight level 070, Lufthansa 5 Romeo Tango. This is just such a beautiful departure across the city of Frankfurt. Main railway station down here, European Central Bank over there.
Lufthansa 5 Romeo Tango, climb flight level 210.
Lufthansa 5 Romeo Tango, climbing flight level 210.
Lufthansa 9er, Kilo X-ray, contact Langen radar on 125.355.
21,000 blue.
Switching to Langen
Flaps
radar on
0.
125.355. E Lufthansa 9er Kilo X-ray.
Flaps 0. Set standard. Standard cross check, passing flight level 50 now. Acceleration flow pattern, flaps up, spoilers retracted, landing gear up, and packs on. Entering a couple of clouds, temperatures 21, so no anti-ice needed. And since we are flying across the Taunus in IMC now, I'm gonna turn my terrain display on for the time being. Weather doesn't really seem to be a factor right now anyway. Okay, so autopilot 1 on.
Departure Lufthansa 2 Romeo Kilo 2000 for 4,000 E.
So everything clear in terms of weather. I just wanted to have a look at my colleague's radar over there, since these do look like there might be something in them.
Finnair for Victor Papa, contact Langen radar on 127.725.
But ultimately it doesn't seem like it.
Switching to Langen radar on 127.725. E Finnair
Okay,
for Victor
so
Papa.
might be a little turbulent if we have to go through this, but I don't think we actually have
Switching
to.
to Langen radar on 125.2, the Sun Express 6 Zulu Mike.
Okay, so we don't need that chronometer anymore since we've got the elapsed time on.
Lufthansa 5 Romeo Tango, climb flight level 270.
Lufthansa 5 Romeo Tango, climbing flight level 270. Flight level 270 blue. Alright then, clear and copy please, and we'll keep the seatbelts on for now. So, flight plan, fix info, clear, clear, RATNAV is good, secondary flight plan, copy active, progress, optimum 360, cruising 380, maximum 387. I'm actually totally happy with level 380 as filed. So, Birmingham 33 in here, and then let's see, arrival 1625. I think that may be a little bit delayed. Yeah, 16:15 is the schedule, so we are now 10 minutes late. So, let's see, cost index 80.
Lufthansa 2 Romeo Kilo, climb and maintain flight level 120.
3 minutes. We'll take those. 2.8 arrival fuel, that includes 19 minutes. Yep, so we are going to fly that a bit faster. let's see if we may be able to get any shortcut here, maybe direct to Boca or so.
Departure, Lufthansa 33
And while we're waiting for the radio to be free, let's go to ATC com. Connection, notification, Echo, Delta, Yankee, Yankee. Okay, notify.
7000, Lufthansa 33 Tango.
Lufthansa 5 Romeo Tango, any chance to proceed direct to Boca? Alright, we're clear of weather now, seatbelts off.
Lufthansa 5 Romeo Tango, proceed direct to Boca Raton.
Direct to Boca, Lufthansa 5 Romeo Tango, thank you. So, direct to Boca. We don't need a beam points on that one. Let's go.
Lufthansa 5 Romeo Tango, you're welcome.
Okay, so arrival now at
Lufthansa
21.
33 Tango contact Langenradar on 125.
We are making up something.
355.
So, weather is excellent
Over
now,
to Langen
don't need
radar
that
on
terrain
125
anymore.
decimal 355, Lufthansa 33 Tango.
Lufthansa
Okay.
Romeo Kilo contact Langen
And then, I'd say,
119
sit back,
15.
relax, and enjoy the flight, and I'll get back to you when we start our approach into Birmingham. Birmingham approach, Lufthansa 5 Romeo Tango, passing level 147, descending level 90, overhead Welland.
Lufthansa 5 Romeo Tango, Birmingham approach identified. Good evening. Expect the ILS runway 15 approach into Birmingham.
Expecting the ILS 15, Lufthansa 5 Romeo Tango.
Expecting.
Alright, so we are just over at Welland, inbound to Pushback, thereafter Honeycomb, and then it's going to be radar vectors for the ILS approach to runway 15. Let's go ahead and make good use of the time and start to prepare our aircraft for today's arrival into Birmingham. So I have already prepared all the charts and also started filling out some of the FMS, but let's get you guys into the loop over here. So this is where we are right now over at Welland. Then we're gonna proceed via Pushback to Honeycomb, which is at flight level 90, and well, it's gonna be radar vectors either for a left downwind or for a right downwind. Honestly, I would be happy with both. I'm not going to complain about either of the two. Obviously, a left downwind would save us a little bit of time, and since we are running somewhat delayed, I would prefer that option. Now, let's go ahead and start to go over the FMS entries. On our approach, we've got the ILS approach to runway 15, which is programmed, starts on 2500, 3-degree glide slope, and the go-around is straight at 1000 and then heading 166, climbing altitude 3000. On the performance pages, we did descend rather quickly here at 320 knots, trying to make up a little bit of that delay. Config 3 landing, auto brakes low, and config 3 means we gotta select that up here on the overhead as well. Well, and that's this for the time being. Now, in case of go-around, standard acceleration and engine out will be 2200, which is the MSA. Extra fuel and time, 400 kilos or 11 minutes. Okay, and that is our FMS entries. Now, let's see if we can actually get radar vectors for a left downwind here. Lufthansa 5 Romeo Tango, request radar vectors to final approach.
5 Romeo Tango, descend altitude 3500, turn right, heading 3840 vectors for the ILS runway 15 approach.
Lufthansa 5 Romeo Tango, descend altitude 3,500 feet, turn right in 340, expect vectors ILS runway 15. Lufthansa 5 Romeo Tango, confirm the QNH. So, selected speed 250, no need to fly yo-yo right now.
Lufthansa 5 Romeo Tango, QNH 1027.
QNH 1027, Lufthansa 5 Romeo Tango. Set QNH. QNH 1027 cross-check, passing 11,260 now. Okay, so extend the center line, please. Direct 2, center fix with radial in, and that looks good. Insert. So, pull heading. Heading. Lovely. Alright, so now that we talked about pretty much everything for the approach, let's go ahead and do the approach briefing, please. So, MSA up to 2,500 feet, radar vector to ILS approach runway 15, minimum 510, go around straight at 1,000, then a right turn, onto the heading of 166, climbing altitude 3,000. Extra fuel and time, 500 kilos, 13 minutes. Alright, and we're passing level 100. Lights, signs, constraints, LS, and GPS primary, high accuracy, engine mode selector norm. Cabin crew, prepare for landing.
Cabin is ready.
That's what I call timing. Alright then, so we're going to fly flat rector guided ILS approach runway 15, config 3, auto brake low, idle reverse, vacate to the left via the second exit. Let's see. Aerodrome ground chart. So, vacate via Charlie, that's 2,093 meters. With a slightly displayed threshold, we might need a bit of manual braking, but that's going to save us some taxi-in time to the main apron. Okay, apart from that, I've got nothing special or non-standard. Do you have anything? No? Lovely, so that's our briefing completed. Now let's do the approach checklist, please. So, barrel ref, QNH 1027 set, seatbelts on, minimum, baro 510, auto brake, low, engine mode selector, norm. Approach checklist complete. Lovely. So, tower will be 118305. We might as well pre-select that.
Lufthansa 5 Romeo Tango, turn left, heading 305.
Left heading 305, Lufthansa 5 Romeo Tango.
Junk 507, contact London
Okay, heading
Control
305.
on 133.6. Over to London Control on 133.6, Junk 507.
Speed, vertical speed. I just want to keep us a little bit on the high side, since the Brits are great fans of continuous descent approaches. So, temperature 21, there's no anti-ice needed. And that is looking really good so far. Might become a little bit turbulent in the clouds over here. Side stick forward, yeah, dismiss, it works fine. Not sure why that message keeps coming up. I mean, the side stick is working just fine. Okay, so in order to fly continuous descent approach with any aircraft, you need to lose more than 500 feet in 3 nautical miles. So normally 300 feet a minute is kinda okay for such approaches. But, you know, what I like to do in the UK is just stay a little bit high, and then when they turn you final, just pull the speed brake, get down into the path, and that's it. Works really well. And yeah, of course, aiming for the speed brake is not going to save the most amount of fuel, but if they punish you when you don't do a CDA, then that's the result. So it kinda takes the original idea of continuous descent approaches and places it inside out. But yeah. So, let's see. They could turn us base any moment now. Let's do another mile or two, then I'm going to ask him for a base turn. I think that might be the easiest thing to do here. Can we see the field already? It has to be somewhere over there, I think. Well, typical British weather. Lufthansa 5 Romeo Tango is ready to turn base. 1000 to go. Checked.
Lufthansa 5 Romeo Tango, turn right heading 340, vectors for the ILS runway 15 approach.
Lufthansa 5 Romeo Tango, request a left turn into the base.
Lufthansa 5 Romeo Tango, 7 miles from CF15, turn left heading 220, descend altitude 2500 until established on the localizer. Cleared for the ILS runway 15 approach.
Lufthansa 5 Romeo Tango, left heading 220, descend 2500 until established, cleared ILS 15. Okay, that's another way to do this. So, reaching the glide slope just now, 500 feet a minute should do just fine. Heading 220 might lead to a somewhat steep intercept angle, but overall should work out fine. I'll keep the speed up high since we are running somewhat late. Schedule was 20 as far as I remember. 15, okay, yeah. We're not gonna make that anymore. That's in 1 minute. Alright. Manage speed. Okay, Catherine Dual, Autopilot 1 and 2. Lock star, glide slope blue. And then let's have some fun. So, manual flight, manual thrust, Cat 1. Flaps 1. Speed checked. Flaps 1.
Lufthansa 5 Romeo Tango, contact Birmingham Tower on 118.305.
118.305, Lufthansa 5 Romeo Tango. Glide slope start. Go around altitude 3000 set. Birmingham Tower, Lufthansa 5 Romeo Tango, established ILS 15. Block. Glide slope. Here we go. Nice.
Lufthansa 5 Romeo Tango, Birmingham Tower, roger. Continue approach runway 15. Winds 090 at 8.
2,500.
Continue, Lufthansa 5 Romeo Tango. Okay, so field elevation is 300 feet. That means at 2,300
Lufthansa 5
we are going
Romeo
to
Tango,
consider.
Birmingham Tower. Wind 090 at 8. Runway 15 cleared to land.
Runway 15 clear to land, Lufthansa 5 Romeo Tango. Okay. So, everyone should be seated in the back by now. Flaps 2. Speed checked. Flaps 2. And gear down. There is no ballooning on Airbus aircraft, as the French would say. So, speed is coming back, slowly, but let's actually give it a bit of speed brake here, just to be sure that we make it. Flaps 3, speed checked. Flap 3. Okay, looking good. Speed brakes retracted and armed. Landing checklist, econ memo, landing no blue, landing checklist complete. Alright, and this is the gate, we are stabilized. Continue. Oh, it's literally last second. But hey, better last second than never.
Approaching 1-5.
Checked. Land. Checked.
Minimum.
Continue. Yeah, I couldn't do any more. That silly hill over here made it a bit positive. Spot us, reverse green, decel.
One 1,500 meters remaining.
70 knots.
1,200 remaining.
Yeah, that little hill on the runway there, that was really an annoyance. I couldn't flare the airplane any stronger without tail striking. We've already got the pitch warning like this. Alright. Welcome to Birmingham.
Lufthansa 5 Romeo Tango, welcome to Birmingham. Contact ground on 121.805.
121.805 Lufthansa 5 Romeo Tango.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Birmingham ground, Lufthansa 5 Romeo Tango. Request taxi to gate 55.
know that Birmingham is known as the city of 1,000 trades. It's rich in history and has a vibrant cultural scene. Thank you for flying with Lufthansa. Please remain seated until we reach our final parking position.
Lufthansa 5 Romeo Tango, taxi to gate 55 Center via Charlie Delta Victor. Good day.
The local time is 5:19.
Ryanair 884 Hotel ready for pushback.
Taxi gate 55, sender via Charlie Delta Victor, Lufthansa 5 Romeo Tango. I had to say that a little bit slower for that Ryanair.
Push and start approved.
Pushback approved. Ryanair 884 Hotel.
Okay, didn't mean to break that hard. So we're on Charlie, then Delta is the inner one, and Victor. Okay. So, after landing checklist, radar and predictive wind shear, off, after landing checklist complete. Alright, we have 3 minutes. Remember, the terminal idle reverse does count, so engine 2 shut down.
Turkish 1 Lima Tango, taxi to runway 15 via uniform, Echo Tango, Alpha.
15 via uniform, Echo, Tango,
Maximum
Alpha,
wingspan
Turkish
42,
1,
that's not a
Lima
problem.
Tango.
We've got 36 meters. Alright, so GSX. Looking for 55, that's gotta be over here on the north pier. 55 center. No follow me needed, handling by Swissport. Okay, start APU.
Ryanair 884 Hotel ready to taxi. Ryanair
Left
884
side is
Hotel
clear,
taxi
right
to
side is
runway
clear.
15 via Yankee Echo Delta Alpha.
15 via Yankee Echo Delta Alpha Ryanair 884 Hotel.
87 Kilo Mike ready to taxi.
Easy 87 Kilo Mike. Taxi to runway 15 via Yankee Echo Delta Alpha.
Okay, so this is 54, next is going to be 55, first 55 right, then 55 center, and that's ours. Lights off. Radar's off anyway, good. And 55 center, here we go. So the guidance system is still off. I think it's starting just now. Yeah, here we go.
Ryanair 67 Lima contact tower on 120 decimal 255.
Right, and stop.
Over to tower, Ryanair 67 Lima.
APU bleed is on, parking brake set, shutdown. Cabin crew, all doors in park. Alright. So, number 1 is turning down. And that's looking good, and 2 is approaching 20%. So, beacon off. And they should be disarming the slides any moment now. And yes, deboard please. Alright, slides are disarmed, seatbelts off. Alright, we do have external power, it's 20 degrees, so we can shut the APU. And then let's do the shutdown checklist please. Parking brake or chocks, so chocks should be in. Brakes off. And chocks in. Okay, engines off, wing light off, fuel pumps off, parking checklist complete. Alright, 24, that's 9 minutes of delay down to, well, something we couldn't influence, the amount of traffic, so not much we could do about it. In the real world we would probably have gotten a slot for this, so then it would be slot delay, but in any case it's down to traffic, airport capacity. Well, my friends, and that's what I can offer you today. I do hope you enjoyed this one. I really did. I'm really enjoying the performance with the Fenix in Frankfurt now as well, since both developers have updated those airports. You just really see the improvements. Okay, and with that, thank you very much for watching, everyone. As always, be sure to like, comment and subscribe, and if you really love what I'm doing on this channel, I would appreciate a small donation through the Buy Me a Coffee link in the video description below. Thank you very much for watching, and I'm looking forward to see you all again on the next one.